is our security situation in Sierra Leone?
Yeah, security matters are generally done in secrecy. Sometimes what we say about security is the result, because there are certain, even if you have the information, you can't just discuss it over the media, you know, especially when mass media is all over the world. But what I can see from what we are seeing, interaction we are having, I think the country is actually stable. There is nothing we should fear of. First of all, it's not only the military and the police are in charge of Sierra Leone. Even us as civilians, we are in charge. Yeah. We are all security people for the safety, development, and protection of Sierra Leone. And we are able to play that part at any moment, 24 hours a day. You know, so the security of the state, you know, in the hands of the internal security director, the new IG, Mr. Fayaselo, I think is somebody who's been in that in the security forces for quite some time. We know him. We have worked with him at so many other levels of security matters before the war, during the war, and after the war. So he's also somebody. IG Fayaselo is somebody upside there, and some of the measures is actually implementing is one that we are all happy with. He consult, he allow, his office is actually open to every other persons. You go through the normal procedure, you are able to talk to me, I will talk to you. And from across the country, you know, there is no, even during the festive season, there is not much anybody can say about any lapses in the security. So we are very sure, you know, from what we have seen, that the security is in the hand of everybody. With the security sector and the citizens of Sierra Leone is in our hand. I will protect Sierra Leone integrity, territorial integrity at all times, and by all acts of that responsibility to make sure that we are actually safe.
Wonderful. It's good to hear this, because we get different informations that are filtering about the countryside coming into Freetown. I have witnessed at night where the checks are not properly done. You know, it just puts the touchlight through like that, and in most cases they don't go into detailed inspection of.
Yeah, I think you are correct, Reverend. Especially when sometimes last week, I can't remember the date exactly, but a few days ago, there was a report of a catch of arms and ammunition at the port of Monrovia in Liberia, and it's a whole container full of that. You know, when Liberia, we are just neighbors, brothers and sisters. Yeah. The war in Sierra Leone came from Liberia. So, but immediately we got that news. I know that if arms and ammunition are imported into the country illegally, that person must have a hidden agenda. If it's done legally through the government channel, no problem about that. So everybody, we have been focusing our energy, the social media and others, on that capture of the arms and ammunition in the Monrovia port. But generally, Mano River Union have been at war. You know, Nigeria is still at war. You have the Boko Haram, you know, in ECOWAS, you have Burkina Faso, you know, even Ghana, Togo and others, you know, you have some sort of incursions in that area. So it's not that everybody sleep, you know, with all eyes closed. You sleep with one eye open.
Wonderful. With regards to the PPRC, you mentioned about their monitoring and supervisory of what is happening in the electioneering process. Now, what about the NEC? Tell us.
Well, generally, NEC by law is responsible for the conduct of all public elections in Sierra Leone.
How prepared are they?
Yeah, we as CSOs, as NGOs, we recently in December, early December, had a big meeting with them, and each of our organizations that went through the processes, we are accredited officially, and we signed an MOU allowing us to look at their books to see where there are any attempt of them going wrong, or other parties to bring them to the notice. Any reason, NEC EC, the Electoral Commission, takes a decision.
Yes.
So those are the things we are saying. But presently, from what I have seen, that we have weekly meeting with NEC, both at national level and at district level. We are trained our monitor. Things are moving in the way they should, but their action to some extent have also the Supreme Court, which hearing was done yesterday, and we are now waiting for His Lordship, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Sierra Leone, who is the head of the Supreme Court, to give their verdict whether they should use the proportional representation system, which His Excellency the President directed the EC to do some times ago, or whether they will not do it. And these are the things that normally say that has nothing to do with violence. If you are not in favor of a decision of the president or the government or any institution created by the Constitution of Sierra Leone, use the law. And that's why those other people, you know, from the All People Congress and others have done. And the processes are going smoothly. For the first time, the hearing of the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in the land, was televised, you know, and the process were had openly. Journalists were invited, civil society were there, and everything was broadcast live, you know, for us to know how it is going. Even lawyers who are just learning on the process were able to learn. If you are dissatisfied, don't go to the police, go to the courts.
Yes.
And that's why political parties, political institutions, political activists are actually now abiding by the rules of law. For those who want to cause mayhem as a result of violence because they are dissatisfied, I think the law will take its course and the people of Sierra Leone will be against them.
The country Sierra Leone has gone through a lot of turmoil in the 90s, and you were part of the process of reintegration, disarmament, and peace process, and the whole lot, the Lomé Peace Accord. Given your experience with that past of our history, and the threats that have been filtering in 2022, now we're in 2023, we're approaching elections, and there has been so many threats on a particular tribe and political incitement. What is your advice to try to curb this ill?
It is actually increasing and strengthening our monitoring of the democratic process, and also engaging all the key players, you know, and the general citizen, for them to understand that there is no price for peace. You know, it's because we tag a peace as one that we can just get in our hand and throw it away. We have destroyed almost 2 decades of our development in Sierra Leone. You know, I was recently in Cape Town in South Africa for 2 weeks, and I had the opportunity of flying, you know, over the city using an helicopter by those who invited us. We also came down, you know, I drove in a vehicle across the city, and I saw the development of Cape Town. Is not even the capital city for South Africa. It's just one of the cities. And when I went back to my hotel, I told myself, when I shall have returned to Sierra Leone and I had the opportunity, I will actually take all the youth leaders of the Sierra Leone People's Party and the APC, the All People's Congress, to Cape Town, just for them to look at the level of development that's just one city in South Africa, that those people teach to the politicians. That's why they have so many universities just within the city, so many colleges, so many training institutions. I will actually tell my people, especially the youth leaders of SLPP and APC, that guys, it's time you refocus your attention. You understand? Also fail. Come in line with the People Manifesto. That is the development of Sierra Leone. You know, let us all come together. The election will soon come in Sierra Leone, June 24, very soon, and we go cast your vote. If you are satisfied for instant President Bio to continue as president of this country, then you vote for him. If you are not satisfied, you vote otherwise. It's just simple. It requires no fighting, because the law is a secret ballot, and you have gone through the process. You are registered, you are within the age limit, and you go into that place without arms and ammunition and without violence. So you cast your vote where you want it. You know, very simple, and that's the message we're going to carry. Sierra Leone belongs to all of us. We don't need to fight anymore, and I'm sure we will not fight again. Definitely, Sierra Leoneans will not fight again. We only fight with our mouth, with our pen, to get the development for our country. That's what we will do. But taking arms, taking cutlasses like what we saw in August 10, which was actually a bloody, a premeditated, plan by some scrupulous people to take Sierra Leone back home, I think we will not agree with that. Even when they tried in August 10, they saw the result. We resisted them.
Talking about August 10, how far has the investigative community?
Yeah, well, it's on. They will report to us, to the government and the people of Sierra Leone accordingly. And we have no doubt that they are credible men and women appointed by the government to do the needful. And we are following their activity. They are holding a lot of stakeholders meeting. And they say Tombo is part of our community, part of the people of Sierra Leone. If all others, Waterloo and others have got electricity, let us now connect Tombo. And some people say, no, we don't want your connection, even when we have been in Tombo for more than 1,000 years. There's no electricity here. We don't need. So what do we do? Some people went and masterminded, the youth, and set fire on the poles. And most of them were burnt down.
In regards to all